Hi, everyone. This lighting isn't good. I think I have to turn off that light in the background. Maybe turn this one on. Hold on a minute, Diane. Hi. Hi. Okay, that's better. Yes, it is snowing here, and it's supposed to snow for the next couple hours. It's not like a blizzard, it's just a slow falling snow. We've had snow off and on all day. Hi, Jane. Yes, it's very cold and it's going to get colder. And, but I think tomorrow is supposed to be actually sunny, but still cold. Hi, Rosie. You're 60 degrees in Boise, Idaho? Wow. Diane has been getting lots of snow too. Yeah. Well, they said this winter was going to be cold and snowy. And so far, they're right, because a lot of times, many years, we don't even have snow before Christmas. Hi, Janet. Yeah. Yeah, and every year I wonder why I sold the property in Florida and kept this one. But I don't think I would have been happy down in Florida. I would have been all by myself. I would have had lots of visitors, but no. I would have never gotten through the hurricanes either. You know, that's the thing. We own property in Florida on Anna Maria. Anna Maria was practically wiped out. The property there is worth millions of dollars now. Of course, they're rebuilding, but the trouble is, you have to have enough money to rebuild. You can't just have a house down there that you've had for years and years, and then all of a sudden it gets wiped out and you have to rebuild, and you can't afford to rebuild. So that wouldn't have worked for me. Janet said, I tried to go out for a walk today, turned around, came right back home. Too icy. Yes. Yes. Yesterday, first it rained, then it sleeted, and then it snowed. So I have not been out to test it, but I'm sure it is slippery. However, putting a lot of snow on the top usually helps with the walking. Hopefully, I'll be able to get across to the garage because I have to restart my car once in a while, or AAA will be coming here every 3 days. Yvonne, hi. Yes. I don't know if you all saw my ship with me this morning. I sold a nice big bundle to one of the subscribers here, Tina from Arkansas. So I don't know if she'll peek her head in today. Yeah, nice bundle. And I just sold another Poshmark item. It'll be on tomorrow's ship with me. Janet hasn't sold a thing on Poshmark for 4 days. Believe me, I go lots of times on Poshmark. For some reason, Poshmark is giving. I've only had this month. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of sales on Poshmark, which is rare. Hi, Karen. It's a ghost town. eBay isn't doing so well for me, though, for sure. I haven't sold anything. This will be the 3rd day again. I don't know. It's hard. Every little bit helps, I guess. And I'm having nice sales on Poshmark. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's 4 things I have to discuss here. Number 1, for some reason, my son thought the puppy weighed 6 pounds, and that's what he told me. And that's what I told you guys. And I'm thinking when I said it, that's awfully little. And she's 8, 9 weeks old now. That can't be. No, she weighs 16 and a half pounds. Yeah. Linda told me that yesterday. I should have written down who asked me these questions. I think it was Bumblebee asked about my printer, and I don't think I ever got back to her. She's not here tonight, as far as I can tell, and she hasn't called, but she'll probably watch this. When my printer got jammed, remember, and I panicked, Samantha got it unjammed for me, and I cleaned off the roller and started it back up, and it's working fine. In the meantime, I had bought a new printer, the same one, and it's down here as my spare because I don't want to have to go without a printer, especially in the winter. I can't be running to the post office. So that was about the printer. So yes, I do have a new printer. I haven't used it yet because my old printer is working just fine now. Diane, I think you asked about the age of my battery in my car. My car is a 2024. However, I got it in 23 because, the new cars always come in early. So I've had it almost 3 years come spring or early summer. So the battery it's not quite 3 years old. And the AAA guy told me that's about the life of a battery nowadays. That's what they say. That's horrible. 3 years on a car battery? They used to last forever. So, Diane, you told me where to go. I think AutoZone also can test my battery. Well, AAA can test it too, but my battery was so low it wouldn't read out when he tried to test it and tell me about it. So, yes. If I'm ever out of my house again and go to town, I will stop at AutoZone, and I think they do that same thing. Uh, what I need is one of those trickle starters, trickle battery trickles, whatever they call them. It's something you connect to the battery. It gives it a little charge all the time. You plug it into the wall. But I don't know how I can do that. I have to actually lift up the hood to do that and then clamp things on the battery. Oh, no. No, no. I I know how to lift up the hood. That's about it. Oh, yeah. I am not I've never had to do anything under the hood. The only reason I learned to lift up the hood, well, number one, Samantha showed me, and number two, it was to spray peppermint spray around where the guy told me to spray it for the chipmunks, which didn't help, but that's why I know how to do that. So far, so good. There's no nuts in the fan. So hopefully that little chipmunk is hibernating, and he's stored all his nuts already. There's snow on the ground. I know he can dig for them, but yeah. I I saw a chipmunk the other day in the snow under the bird feeder, but that's the first one I've seen in a while. So I do think they probably hibernate because before in the fall there was thousands of them here around here, well hundreds. Live sales on Poshmark. I haven't even gone on and watched those. I wish I had enough energy or somebody to help me do that. But they don't get very much for, is it like Whatnot or what's that called? Is it Whatnot? The first live uh, sales that was online. Is it the same as that? Yeah, Whatnot. Yeah, I watched that a few times. In fact, when it first came on, I bought a few things to sell because I got them really cheap, but then you have to pay shipping. So it's not as cheap as I can get things at the Fantastic Bins, that's for sure. Uh, so if I tune in to those now, it's just for entertainment. I'm not going to buy anything. Oh, Harry Tornado does Whatnot. I think I did. Yes, I did see him on there or heard him talk about it. Yeah. I'm sure he's very good at it. And so many people know him. I bet he does really well. Has he changed his whole business to that now? I haven't watched him in a long time. Okay, the other thing was when I talked about taking my car for a ride to rev up the battery, after the AAA guy was here and restarted my car, and I had the dog with me, and I said the dog was in the front seat. So I have to explain that because usually I have a whole thing in the back seat. It's all covered with this like a hammock thing, the whole back seat, and there's a connection that's connected to the seat belt hook, and then there's a line, just a line about, I don't know, a foot and a half, maybe 2 feet long, that is clipped to her collar so that she can't be jumping into the front seat. The reason she was in the front seat, I had the car parked by the door after AAA left. I parked the car, backed out the car from the garage, parked it right at the doorway because I had to get my keys and stuff. And I thought, well, I'll take the dog for a ride with me and we'll ride around. Well, I couldn't get the back door open. That's how dead the battery had been. My clicker wouldn't open the back door. So she just saw my driver door open and jumped right in the car. And I couldn't get her to come out because I was going to put her back in the house. So now she's sitting in the front seat. She's not sitting, she's standing. This dog doesn't sit down. I think she sits down when she's in the back seat and she lays down sometimes, but in the front seat, that was exciting for her. She was watching out the front window, but I know that's super dangerous. I should have uh, I should have never taken her with me. I should have just made her go into the house. But I was in a hurry to get this all done. It was cold out there. So that's the things I wanted to explain. Yes, believe me, she never sits in the front seat. That was the one and only time. It helps to have a following on YouTube for him. Yes, he stepped away from doing only eBay. Yeah. I would imagine that he's doing super well and whatnot. Rosie, you did a Poshmark live show and sold 4 items and didn't like it, so you haven't done another. I don't think I'd like it either. It's too easy to get all messed up. I'm mixed up anyway. And I think I would have to have some sort of a helper to keep track, you know? I don't know. I wouldn't even try it. The Poshmark sale that I'm going to show tomorrow that I got, it's a sweater that sold for $25. And it is from the Fantastic Bins. So that is a really good deal for me. I've sold so many things I've gotten there. And it's because it's brand new items, new with tags, and they're pulls, store pulls from Target. And people like Target. People buy Target clothes. So, yeah, I think that's why I've done well there. The only reason I'm not going every Thursday is because I'm trying to reduce my inventory, and I'm not selling enough. If I go there and get, 15, 20 items, I'm not selling that much. I'd be increasing my inventory. So that's, yeah, that's the problem. I don't think my son is having, and it's probably mostly Linda, his wife. Uh, they're having much success potty training, house training this puppy because it's so cold out. Neither of them, the puppy doesn't want to go out, and neither does my son, I'm sure. Linda, I'm sure she's the one doing mostly the potty training, except at night. And then it's up to my son because the puppy is in a crate that sleeps down, and my son stays down in the family room with them. I don't know why they just didn't bring the crate. Of course, it's a big crate. They didn't want to carry the big crate upstairs and especially have to be carrying it up to their bedroom. They live in a split level, so it's hard. Plus, they had to, yeah, living in a split. It's the my son bought the house after my first husband died, his father. They bought the house. So he's living in the house that he was born in or grew up in. They live in, and it's a split level, and they have everything gated, all the stairways, because they don't want the puppy falling down the steps when it's so little. Evidently, it has already learned to go up the steps. Dogs always learn to go up steps first. And then they get at the top and they're afraid to come down the steps. Huh. Even when I got my last rescue dog, my pointer rescue dogs were all hunters, or they're failed hunters. That's why they were in the rescue. And so they were kept in kennels. They weren't housebroken. I crate trained them. They crate trained within a week, as far as house training. And Dexter, I have video of him. He went upstairs, like up to the second floor here. He went up the steps, and then I have him at the top of the steps crying because he was afraid to come down the steps. He was a full grown dog. Uh, but he finally learned. Yeah. And as far as my hair goes, somebody said they like my hair. Well, I can't, I can, I'm about sick of this. If the weather was nice, I'd probably would have gotten a cut again already. It's not so much the rest of it, it's the bangs. I'm growing out the bangs. And if I cut the bangs, I might as well just go get my hair cut. I have never been, I have always had bangs ever since I was little. So I don't know how I ever expected to get used to no bangs. I have, for being my age, I have a lot of hair. Thank goodness. That's a good thing. But yeah, it's matted down and shoved behind my ears just so I can sort of control it. Because after I wash my hair about every 3 days, for 3 or 4 days, because it's so dry. And it's like huge. I have to like mat it down for me to control it. Thank you, Diane. Uh, I have been painting most of the day, off and on. I also bought some watercolor pencils, which that's a whole new thing to learn. But for little things, it's easy to control a pencil. And it's all it is watercolor paint in a pencil form. So you use the pencil like a colored pencil, but then when you apply water to it, it turns into watercolor paint. So it's a whole new thing to learn. But yeah, I like to learn new things. You love those pencils. Yeah. Do you use them? Do you paint, Jane? Yeah, they're fun to learn to use. You can I guess you can. I haven't drawn a whole picture with them, but I uh tried to draw a few things. I drew a Christmas tree and some I I was drawing Christmas tree balls. I use them on cards. Um, like a Christmas tree ball, glass ball, and then I outlined it with the watercolor pencil and filled in the middle with water, wet it real good, and then I dropped colors of paint in, of watercolor paint, and it just spreads. It does magic things, but it doesn't go out of the line onto dry. It won't go to the dry. After you color it in, then do you put water to it and use it like paint? Yeah. My trouble so far is I'm overworking things. I keep trying to adjust and work on things that I should have stopped, you know, an hour ago, and then I end up wrecking it because it's easy to overwork watercolors. But besides, oh, I know what else I did today. I made my dog. I boiled. cooked chicken quarters, which is the leg and the thigh connected. I made like what I was making soup. So I put, unfortunately I didn't have any sweet potatoes. I only had white potatoes, but that's what I use. White potatoes, carrots, celery, no onions because dogs aren't supposed to have onions, and boiled the chicken. And then when everything got done, I saved the chicken broth, but I cut up everything and put it in a container, and that's what I'm going to top off her food uh, with. So she really liked it. And I have like almost a quart jar of chicken broth. So I think that was my last frozen, what I had in the freezer as far as the chicken quarters. So I have to put that on my list and get some more of those. That's about the cheapest way you can buy chicken. A lot of times you can get it on sale for under $1 a pound. Well, I can't think of anything else I've been doing. My scarf still isn't done. Still has about this more to go before it gets to 50 inches. I think the yarn is just barely going to make it. I was going to put fringe on it, but I won't have enough. I don't think I'll have enough yarn. Yeah, that's all right. Well, that is about all I can think of. What has everybody else been doing? I can't believe it's 60 degrees in Idaho. You like my chat from the other room? Yeah, I'm doing more preparation for those. I haven't decided what the next one's going to be about. Something about senior concerns. Uh, I Rosie says I got nifty and have been learning how to use it. What is nifty? I don't know what that is. Christmas shopping. Yeah, Christmas shopping doesn't amount to much anymore here with my family. Everybody just wants gift cards or money. It's taken the sort of the fun away, although Nifty is a cross listing tool. Oh, okay. I haven't heard of that one. Is that a paid one or is that one free? Because there's some free ones out there. Two people reminded me to take, when I sold that bundle today on Poshmark, two people reminded me to take it off of eBay, which thank you for the reminder because, yeah, I don't want to start doing that, selling things that have already been sold. So I went immediately and did that. It's not free, kind of high price, but you get 7-day free trial. Yeah. Yeah, my cross-listing tool isn't free either. But it's certainly I don't even know how much that one's costs. It's not my share. It's not the VA Poshers thing. It's another one. And I'm trying to think of the name of it. And it's not coming to me. I only sell on, well, I do have a Mercari store, but I'm not active on it at all, so it's not doing anything. But I only really sell on Poshmark and eBay, and that's what it cross lists back and forth to. So I can't think of the name of it, and I can't think of how much it costs. So there you go. I'll have to look that up and on our next chat, I'll have to tell you about what I have. I think it starts with an F, if anybody knows. Flip, yes, that's it. Yes, Flip is the one I have. It works good, and I can't think of how much it is. I don't think it's free. I used to write down every single month of all my subscriptions. Let me see if I can go back here in my budget. That reminds me, I have to buy another one of these starting for January. I probably haven't done this way back. No. To go back in last year's and look. I can't believe I haven't ever put it in this year. It was always the same, so I stopped filling it out all the time. No. Oh well. I'll tell you, this year's taxes, because I haven't had a printer that would print me out hard copies of anything. I only have the label maker. So this year's taxes is going to be a nightmare for me to figure out. I hope that I get a 1099 from both of them. Oh, it's $9 a month. Okay. Thank you. Oh. That sounds about right. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go and get my cat's dinner ready. And I will be back tomorrow morning to show you the sweater I sold, and hopefully maybe I'll get another thing tonight. I should make some offers to watchers while I'm here at the computer and see if that'll help. I did do a lot of sell similars today. Put a lot of those on, where you end eBay items and put them on with a brand new number. They look brand new. But we'll see. So I'm going to close for now. Thank you all for coming. And I will see you. Yes, everybody have a good night. God bless everybody. Stay warm. Stay safe. And I'll see you on a ship with me tomorrow morning. Bye.